I'm an animal communicator, but I cannot get my own dog to stop eating poop. And I did have a conversation with him once about it where he explained things to me about why he does it. So first, just a little backstory. I rescued Buddy 3 months after I started charging for animal communication sessions. So at this point on my journey of learning, I knew how animal communication worked. I knew that animals understood everything that we say to them. I knew that when we spoke out loud to animals, they were receiving and understanding those messages. So when I rescued Buddy and I discovered that he has a love for eating poop, I was like, well, oh my God, this is perfect. I'm an animal communicator. Who else could help this dog but me, right? I'm going to be able to get this dog to stop eating poop. And I explained to him in every possible way I could think of why it was bad to eat poop, why I didn't want him to do it, how it could make him sick, how dogs can carry diseases in their poop that he is then eating. I thought of every single possible way I could explain it, and I explained it in every way that I could think of, and yet he was still eating poop. If I did not have eyes on him for 2 seconds and there was poop, he was grabbing it. He even tries to paw it if he sees it. He tries to paw it closer to himself so he can eat it. So I was really frustrated, and I posted in the Facebook group that I'm in for Nikki's course, the course that I took, and I said, I am apparently this great animal communicator. I have this waiting list of people that want to have a session with me, and yet I cannot even get my own dog to stop eating poop. And I was really discouraged about it. And that is when I learned that despite an animal understanding what we say, it doesn't mean that they have to listen to us. And I do have a video about that, about why animals don't listen to us. So that's kind of when I learned about that. Now, it must have been one day, it was last summer, he ate poop. I was super frustrated. And so that night in bed, I connected with him. If I try to connect with him, it's always at night in bed before I go to sleep. So I connected with Buddy and I said to him, you know, I'm so frustrated because I've explained this. I don't know how else to explain this to you. I've explained it to you in every way I can think of why this is bad. Like, I don't understand why are you still doing it? And he said to me, why do you eat sugar? And I was so taken aback by that statement, by hearing that, by having him just turn the spotlight on me. I was not expecting that at all. Now, FYI, I love sugar. I love cookies. I love cake. I love anything that is chocolate. I love sugar. And I'm not somebody that can just have one cookie, all right? I cannot have one Oreo. I actually had Oreos like 25 minutes ago. So yes, I love the processed bad sugar. And sugar is toxic. It does nothing good for our bodies. I guess it could provide a burst of energy, but in reality, there is nothing good that sugar does. And large amounts of it is really bad and makes us sick. So he says to me, why do you eat sugar? You know it's bad for you. Why do you eat it? And you guys, I didn't even know kind of how to respond to that because I wasn't expecting that kind of response. And I said, you know, well, it's the temptation, right? I mean, I can't, you know, it's the temptation. I can't, because if somebody came right now and sat down next to me and held a plate of cookies, I would not be able to not eat one. So he said to me, it is the temptation. He cannot control himself if it is presented in front of him. And I said, what can I do? Is there anything that I can do to get this, like, to fix this? And he said, remove the temptation. Now, I live in an apartment building, and out on the 6th floor is a fenced-in area for dogs. And despite the fact that bags are supplied and there is a garbage there, 90% of the people do not pick up their dog's poop, and it drives me absolutely crazy. And I won't pick up other people's dogs' poop because it is, I see it, I'm like, I'm not their mom. It is not my responsibility. When you have a dog, one of the responsibilities with having a dog is picking up their poop. So these people need to do it. I should not have to be the one to do it. And they shouldn't know that someone else is cleaning up after them. So, they don't have to pick it up because somebody else will. So I refuse to pick up anybody's dog's poop that were out there. So he says to me, remove the temptation. And I said, but it's not my job to pick up other people's dogs' poop. That is not my job. They should be doing it. And then Buddy says to me, you tell me every single day that you would do anything for me. You are constantly telling me you would do absolutely anything for me, but you won't do this. And I was just like, oh my God, right? Like, way to just, I don't know, like call me out, I guess. So from that day forward, when I went out there, if there was poop, I picked it up, and I was mad about it and I wasn't happy. But I did pick it up because I do tell him all the time, I will do anything. I tell him, I was like, I will do anything, I will do anything for you. So he is saying, you need to remove the temptation. So I do that for him. So it's not there, even though I'm not happy about it. So it was very interesting that he used the analogy of how I am with sugar. And I felt like just, whoa, like it was turned around on me, and I wasn't expecting that, you guys. When he said that, why do you eat sugar? I was like, oh my God, like what? So I was very surprised when he said that, but it's true. So yeah, so that is kind of the story with why he will not stop eating poop, just the temptation. I know that there are a bunch of different reasons why dogs eat poop, and some of them are health related. They're missing nutrients or something like that. And so with Buddy, I know that that's not the case because he's been to the vet a million times in the almost year I've had him, and he's on special food and vitamins and powder nutrients. I mean, this dog is getting supplemented. I know it's not that. And he explained to me, it's not that, it's the temptation. Another thing I just want to mention is people wanted me to share this video because I mentioned it in my previous video. And so I was sort of planning in my head what I was going to say. And then I was picturing my friends listening to this video being like, Lori has lost her mind. I feel like my friends probably have a private group chat and they discuss the videos that I make and how I've just totally gone insane and lost my mind. So thinking about people I know watching this video is kind of embarrassing, but I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I guess that is the story for tonight.